Yes, hello again. This is one of my projects. It's part of my CV. As you can see here in this basement in Blenhiem Crescent in Kensington, you can see 1 to 13 sections. We did concrete sections in this drawing as well. Here, as you can see, reinforced concrete sections, like a box of concrete, and that's the elevation. Okay. What we did basically, we felt with the structural engineer, who is Lucking and Clark, who worked on this project, and the person who was in charge was Mr. Michael Clark and Scott Powell. His sort of engineer was in charge of the project, but the director was Mr. Michael Clark. We suggested that we use different concrete sections as 13 parts, because it was very suitable for that site, very long and a bit complicated. So as you can see, that's the building. The building was there above, and all that basement we dug out. As you can see, I'll show you. This is section BB. I might have shown you in another video, but anyway, I'll quickly show you. This is the front of the building. That's the new room which we established, and that's another room, long room under the building, under the house. As you can see here, there is a very important beam. That's the building on top of us, and here we have a hot tub spa. We use Colosseum from Spa de la Mer, and as you can see, there is a garden and there's a light well. Tiny courtyard. We tried to do swimming pool, but the client said it's too expensive. And that's the back room here with some natural light coming from the top. I'll just show you quickly some of the specifications that we've done here as we were preparing for tender. So here we start with structural glass, 117 times 117 times 60 millimeter circular glass pavers. Then load-bearing ribs reinforced with high tensile rod, then load distributing ribs, then sliding joints, then permanently elastic sealing compound, expansion slot with Ripanol waterproof film, roof sealing compound over 25 millimeter asphalt. Then about the concrete, I remember we used reinforced concrete mix of British Standard 5328, grey in color, C40, to comply with British Standard 8110 with a maximum live load of 5.0 kilonewton per square meter. And then on top we used York stone pavers, and we used also 50 millimeter screed and 220 reinforced concrete walls and a 150 millimeter slab. So and for the existing pavement as well, I mean, we've shown them here in the specification, and then about 20 millimeter asphalt. So that was for tender. And for the pump here, because we used internal tanking, I'll just quickly tell you what we used. We go quickly through this. Drainage basin laid to fall to gully, non-return valve, then drainage gully with silt collection bucket feeding submersible pump. And then we said we use 2 number Wilo submersible pumps. If some of you are familiar with these pumps, they're quite useful for these basements. And we mentioned as well for tender sample detail for sump only. Between brackets, we remind him to follow manufacturer's strict guidelines. So he cannot just follow his opinion. He must discuss with the manufacturer to make sure that he uses their guidelines. So part of the tender that he has to really familiarize himself with that type of Wilo submersible pumps before he give us the price. So that's quickly really one of the drawings and one of the projects that I worked on while preparing the basements and sub-basements. And this is a note like, are you happy that these bays are supported by the slab? This is a note to the structural engineers. We used to communicate on daily, so I used to scan it and send it to the structural engineers backwards and forward. And thank you for listening, and have a nice day. Bye.